Yeah,
All right, we might have interesting. We will do, of course, have stats going to face Yakuzaku. We have a new face.
You can take him. You can take him.
Nope, it is going to be the Chinese Zerg, I believe. Let me double check the bracket.
He is
yep,
Chinese. Yep.
Hyperion, like the BC.
Yeah,
I can ask Frank for real quick.
I believe they're 0-0 as Crank was in Hyperion versus the Mohawk to start things off. And
that he was.
Yeah. And once that finished up, then we are going into this fresh series. Bearing in mind, when it comes to English casters, it is us alongside Chicken Man today. So if you do want to tune in to, I believe he's casting Kiwian. If you want to tune into that, he is over on Chicken Man SC. Meanwhile, we have stats here.
The top.
Yeah.
What I mean when I say Kiwian. And speaking of stats, here we God damn it. Here we are on Evergreen L-E-E-L-E Edley, which as we all know does in fact stand for encroaching donkeys like what's the name of that one food? Eggs. No.
What?
In the top right hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right hand corner of the map, we have the Red Protoss all the way from the land of Korea. And I got a question for you, Light. Are you free?
Africa TV.
It is representing the Africa Freaks. We have stats.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the Chinese Zerg representing team or clan, I'm not too sure. Someone ping Claire. It is Hyperion.
I think that's something ping? I don't know what that... No, wait, that's... I know it starts with N, the second last character there.
Ah, okay. If Claire isn't there, someone ping Jet. She can let us know if there's a swear word in there somewhere. That's about it. But yeah.
Not long.
Mm-hmm. It was it's cool to see that. Yeah, it's cool to see that Crank did cast the Mohawk. As the Mohawk, he's kind of like V for Vivaldi. He's a Malaysian player who also signs up as often as he can and competes.
That he does. Before Ranger, or no, not before Ranger, but that was a point in time where Mohawk was actually our really big Malaysian representation in just online events in general, not just in the ESL Open Cup.
Yeah, he's actually a pretty prominent streamer, as in he does stream pretty regularly, like around 5 times a week, over at Facebook. He doesn't quite stream on Twitch, and yeah, he has his own Malaysian following there, so it's definitely cool to see.
That he's probably streaming his POV right now, Facebook.com/something or another.
The Mohawk.
That's the Mohawk. No, he's already eliminated.
He is. God damn it, Yaku. As we do have, 12 lings are actually on the way for Hyperion. Looking to be a little bit aggressive here, as well as that early Roach Warren. No lair, though. So I imagine we will be seeing a couple of Roaches just for Ravagers being morphed in. So we do have one on the way.
We already see one of them. So Depp should be able to see a couple of stuff, but yeah, we do all know Stat's nickname, don't we, Delight?
Yeah, he's what is it, the CEO of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
He's
basically Nick Fury. He's
exactly. He is the S.H.I.E.L.D. of Fire himself, and we're gonna see what he can get done. This is a lot of Zerg though. Can he pull it off? A lot of shield batteries are being thrown down. Stats microing this is Zealot. as best he can, and a lot of Zerg has actually already been shaved off.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried there are more and more Lings flooding across the map, and so far the Roaches and Ravagers have stood strong. They haven't gone down just yet. Looks like a gateway will fall, but so far all the units for Stats have survived.
That indeed they have. A Sentry now out, should have energy for force fields and whatnot, but so far just going to be used for DPS. Good split there by Stats in the end, and another, even more shield batteries get popped up here, and this is why Stats is Nick Fury, the director of Shield. It's not just because he can micro his units into shield batteries, it's because he knows when to put shield batteries up and how to time it so that once one runs out of energy, a fresh one comes in. And look at this!
Yeah.
It's just about chased Hyperion all the way away. Alright, we'll let a couple of Lings in.
Yeah, in the end, Hyperion did break through, but only 3 Lings managed to get in, not really accomplishing much. And more Lings are flooding across the map, but by this point, there it is.
There's the GG. Stats. Basically, Nick Fury.
That was a very interesting build from Hyperion, and I'm a little I don't know if he's seen GSL, because there is a version of this that hits a little bit stronger where instead of, because he took his he was pylon blocked, so he was forced to take his natural over at the third base location. If you take the forward third base location, which has the rich Vespine gas, then you have enough gas to turn all 3. Yeah, then you have enough gas to turn all 3 of your Roaches into Ravagers. And then with that, then you can start biling down the pylons or the shield batteries more effectively.
That you can. Although, I'll have to double check the VOD, but I do believe that Solar literally did the stats yesterday.
Did it work?
That's no, it did not.
didn't think so.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate there.
Did Solar do it on the same map as well?
No, Solar did it on Simulacrum.
Ah, okay. Speaking of,
I just remember it was Zerg All-In that involved Roaches and Lings. I don't remember if it was this specific build.
Okay, fair enough. As we are getting loaded in to game number 2
of this best of 3 series, Simulacrum. There's a map that we all do enjoy here. How fitting is it that we have a Hyperion on the pirate map?
Oh, yeah.
And so we get a pirate map here. We have it over here on Simulacrum. Yahar Fiddly DLE by the sea 2 for 3. You with me, buddy? Good. As we spawn in here in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is gonna be a greens. Asking not to be blocked, please. No block. Please, Mr. Stats, no block. He is all the way from China. I can't tell if Stats is being sarcastic right now. It's all the way from China. He is representing a clan. It is Hyperion. Somebody call for Yamatos.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Simulacrum LE, we have Nick Fury himself, the Shield of Ire, representing Afrika Freaks. It is the Korean Protoss. Stats.
Gotta bless them rains.
Indeed. And yeah, as Stats was playing, it is pretty standard to send your first probe quickly across the map to harass your opponents. Hyperion, like typically you either try and get down there a little bit sooner, or you pull another drone to try and counteract that probe. But yeah, instead he just goes straight for the third base. He's like, you know what, you can have it, it's fine, I've got my natural elsewhere.
Yeah, I can build a creep tumor. Don't worry, I can connect them.
Yeah.
So good. Stats trying to get these this mine blocks, but not quite getting it. Oh, now it gets it a little bit. Now, does not really. Playing with fire, but will be able to make it out with his probe. As you do see, just a very standard play coming out from Stats. He is kind of known for his defense.
Yeah.
So, not going to be
Sixlings are on the way, but as there was a probe scout, Stats did know about the opener and he is chronoing out his first adept, so he will have that for defense. So he should be okay.
This is a white wall.
Yeah, the wall is not quite a wall. Stats, the adept needs to like pack on a couple more pounds to be able to fill that up, but yeah, we'll see as the Lings. Yeah, the Lings actually are moving out across the map. They're staying at home.
All right, as well as Hyperion has caught on right now as to how good Stats can really be in defense. So it's just going to send out 2 Lings, just get a little bit of a scout, but very nice body block coming from Stats.
Yeah, that was surprising, actually. Well done.
And on top of that, it's not really like Stats really have much to hide. He does have a Twilight Council as well as a Robo Facility, but
that's a lot to hide. So he does show that he isn't going for a Stargate opener or anything of the sort. He's going for a very fast Twilight Council as well as Robo Facilities. So we will be seeing Glaive Adepts moving out across the map, but with a Warp Prism. Oh boy. Thank you, Zest.
With me, Light. Yeah, thank you, Zest, who's on the other side of this bracket today.
Oh boy.
You see the Lings just trying to Hyperion really wants to know what Stats is up to, but kind of hesitant to send in his overlords, which is pretty understandable. There is already a stalker out on the map. Could always have a Stargate that he doesn't want to risk.
Yeah, we'll see.
So these Lings are gonna be spotters.
Yeah, I do love these Lings as they are basically all around this lower section of the map to spot a War Prism if it was to pop out of the main base of Stats. So I do love the vision there, as Hyperion is forced to pull back to try and defend against these adepts pushing out, as Glaives is still is still a little bit of a ways away. Roach Warren is done for Hyperion, and Roaches are on the way, but I don't know.
The Warp Prism is already out, Light. The Warp Prism is already warped in 4 more adepts. Glaives is just 3 seconds from completion, and say it with me, Light. Say it with me. Adepts go in.
Adepts or shades? How does that work? How does that mean work?
Shade in.
There we go. Look, adepts shade out.
Adepts shade in. Adepts shade out. Or I guess in this case they just don't commit to the shade. But yeah, that is really the idea behind this build. You want to shade in, get some damage, shade out before the Zerg player can really get their defenses in position.
Yeah, and already sniping 2 queens. There are a lot of roaches on the way, but there is an immortal transition behind this. So more and more adepts are being shaded in, and it's getting to the point where with the amount of adepts, they will be able to fight these roaches. So he does have to be careful. He does have to split his army.
Yeah, I really like to compare them to Marines in this case, the adepts. When you have this many of them with glaives, it's basically like Marines fighting roaches. Not the most efficient thing, but it's still going to be in the favor of the unit with a higher DPS.
Definitely. Already 8 workers going down. And there are a bunch of Lings, but Lings don't trade very well against Marines or Adepts either, so they do get shaved off.
I like that I got you to catch up.
Yeah.
So many workers already down, and now Hyperion just scrambling to counterattack. He does have a very high Ling count, but he's going to have to try to get a run by going up. You know, back at home, Stats doesn't have too much, but the Immortals are out, the Sentries are out. This is going to be enough if, as long as Stats can get a good position out. GG already being called, as Hyperion sees the writing on the wall. And Stats already going to be advancing to the quarterfinals very, very quickly. It has not even been an hour yet.
GG, well played. Hyperion, he tries to counterattack with Lings, but he lost so many of them to the Adepts that they reach the third. They see that it's already almost done and that there are Sentries and Immortals there for defense. Taps out. It's understandable, and I mean, you know, we don't blame him, right? Stats, he's one of the best Protoss in the world.
Absolutely. I would argue Yeah, he is definitely up there.
Yeah, yeah. I think
It's very muddy where the title for best Protoss player is right now. I would say it's between StatZest and Trap at this point.
yeah, yeah. I think there are probably people who would definitely say that Stats and Zest are probably top two. Trap, he hasn't really proven himself this just like in the more recent months. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But there are definitely people who would rate Trap pretty highly there. He did get the furthest in Super Tournament.
That he did. That he did. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, unfortunately, Trap isn't here. We've got the other two. We've got Zest and Stats. As I'm sure Trap needs to prepare for his GSL group.
Yeah, Zest just doesn't care.
Yeah.
We have seen Zest in the past where literally the next day he was going to be playing in. I don't remember if it was GSL or if it was Super Tournament, but he literally just said, "Yeah, no, I'm playing today."
Yeah.
In the ESL Open Cup, I need those Pro Tour points.